Moving on now, French authorities are under growing pressure to step up security for cryptocurrency firms after a spate of violent incidents. Now, in scenes reminiscent of a veritable Hollywood heist thriller, armed men attempted to kidnap the daughter, son-in-law, and grandson of a cryptocurrency exchange platform executive here in central Paris. Now, they escaped unharmed after an intense struggle, though they were luckier than the victims of two other similar kidnappings earlier this year. All of this then sparking the French Interior Ministry to announce a meeting with industry professionals later this week. Here's Charlotte Lamb with more.
It's business as usual for Nabil Lavelle, who owns a bike shop in Paris's 11th arrondissement. But to the rest of the city, he's a hero, intervening the attempted kidnapping of a crypto boss's daughter Tuesday. The brazen attack took place outside his workshop in broad daylight.
Usually there's the sound of children, of life, but that morning it was terrifying screams. I stood at the window and saw someone masked. What was more astonishing was there was a truck with open doors and a group of people trying to pull the woman inside.
Nabil says in panic he grabbed a fire extinguisher. Here he can be seen racing out of his store, hoping to put an end to the attack. The men eventually flee, leaving behind a fake gun.
The husband was so focused on his wife, he wasn't letting her go, even as the kidnappers were hitting him. When I arrived, they let go and got into that truck.
Neighbours rushed to help the couple and instantly started applauding Nabil. But he says it was a joint effort, full of praise for the woman's husband, who was severely beaten in the attack. Local media asked if he was scared when he saw a potential weapon.
Yes, but I'd like someone to do it for my mother, my sister, my partner. So I'll do it for my neighbor and the man who protected his wife like that.
All day, passers-by have been cheering for Nabil, but he says he was just doing the neighborly thing.
Well, for more on this story then, and mostly the context surrounding these violent incidents, Renaud Lifchitz joins me on set. He is an expert in cybersecurity and cryptocurrencies based here in Paris. Very glad to have you with us here this evening, Renaud. So specialists like yourself have warned that recent legislation here in France, including that infamous anti-narco traffic law, makes people who hold cryptocurrencies more vulnerable. Can you explain the connection? It's rather paradoxical.
Yeah, that seems a bit paradoxical, but we have banking regulation like the KYC, Know Your Customer, who implied that, for example, all crypto exchanges have the identity and the physical location of the owner of the bank account, the crypto account, to be precise. But now, because of the MiCA European regulation that entered this year, they are now obliged to collect also all the wallet addresses of every customer they have. So whenever you withdraw, you deposit some crypto in the exchange, they collect all your addresses. And they have all this information, so your physical location and your wallet addresses in the same computer file. So in the case of a data breach, attackers have all the interesting information to know who are the richest clients of this exchange and where do they live and how exactly do they have in cryptocurrency, because blockchain is completely transparent. So with a single blockchain address, you have the amounts of savings in this address because it's completely open. So for kidnappers, it's a miracle because they know the richest guys, they know where they live, and they know the exact ransom they can ask for.
But that requires them to be able to hack the data, I imagine. And that brings me to another question, which is that there have been several high-profile cryptocurrency hackings in recent years, mostly done online. So why do you think we're seeing, I don't know if it's too premature to call it a transition, but why do you think we're seeing a rise in physical attacks as opposed to hacking?
We already had attacks because of data breaches. That started with phishing attacks. So bogus mail you receive and you click on a fake link and your crypto is being stolen because of that. Then we had the SIM swap attack. where the attacker, thanks to a bad guy working at a mobile carrier, have his phone line stolen. So this phone line stolen gives you the access to I forgot my password feature, for example, and have access to crypto accounts online. And now this is the third generation of attack, which is more physical. But we had a lot of incidents with crypto exchange data breaches. There were more than 20 crypto exchange data breaches already, with a lot of information that is being stolen every time. But this could be voluntary attacks by hackers. This could be a ransomware that exfiltrate the data, so it's involuntary in that case. Or this could be a disgruntled employee that needs more money working in those crypto exchanges and that sell their customer files for money. So there are three kinds of data breaches that could happen that would reveal the physical location of crypto owners and their assets.
All of these risks that you mentioned seem to kind of contradict some of the early objectives of cryptocurrency, that it be private, that it be not subject to the whims of the economy or to theft and things like that. I mean, are we seeing the promise of these digital currencies kind of fall short?
Yeah, there are a lot of common misconceptions about crypto. For example, cryptos are not anonymous at all. Because of the blockchain, everything could be tracked. And for example, Europol in Europe have managed to track more than 80% of ransoms that were asked in cryptocurrencies. So it's easier to track stolen crypto than to track stolen fiat money. Because if you send the money in Heaven Paradise, like in Seychelles, it goes out of the financial banking system that is regulated, so it's very easy to use that dirty money. You cannot do that with cryptocurrency, so it's very difficult to profit from that stolen crypto. It could be tracked or frozen at any moment, either by the law enforcement or by exchanges, crypto exchanges.
So as a last question for you, I mean, why do you think that the attackers are choosing the victims that we've seen, at least here in Paris? I don't necessarily think that these people were high profile. Are these individuals well known in the cryptocurrency industry?
Yeah, contrary to popular opinion, these are not influencers that show their magnificent car on Instagram, for example. So basically, the last cases we know in France were only entrepreneurs, crypto entrepreneurs. So attackers know they have succeeded as an entrepreneur, and it's the main, I would say, the main goal for them is to target someone with a lot of money, whether it's in crypto or not.
Renaud Lifchitz, that's all we have time for. Thank you so very much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you.